And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Friday, January 20th. I am Josh Engleman, here to break down a 9-game NBA slate. Big one for today, closing out the work week, coming off of yesterday's 4-gamer. Shouts to Naz Reid for the quick foul trouble yesterday. Not the most important part of yesterday's slate, that's for sure. But it did happen. Not fun to watch. It's gone now. We don't have to worry about it. They don't play today. Doesn't have to be Naz Reid Day any longer. No big deal. I got 4 into the top 1% yesterday. Can't ask for much more there. Unfortunately for me, none of those mattered. Got the 51st, and that was it. Good morning to everybody. Packed chat in here. Hippopotamus with the super sticker. I don't know what that means. Just says super sticker. Is that supposed to? Is there a? I don't know what you did there, but thank you anyway. For it. Maybe that was supposed to be a sticker of a hippopotamus. I'm not entirely sure. I'm ready for this week to end. I'm ready for a weekend here. We got Liverpool. It's got Chelsea 7:30 tomorrow morning, so I'll be up early, heading on over to the bar to watch that one. NFL is donezo for me. Got NBA on Sunday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. 4 under. I assume everyone faded Mr. 3 fouls, 3 minutes. By everyone, do you mean like 75% of the field played him? Yeah, I think Dwayne Washington's probably officially dead. Luckily, I only had about 10%. It's a hippo saying hype. Interesting. I don't know if is it just me that okay, so in my stream software, I just see it just says super sticker on it, but it doesn't show the sticker. Now I see it. I had to switch over to the YouTube channel. Weird night, man. Just a very, very weird night. I had a huge stand on Jason Tatum, but unfortunately, it didn't matter all that much for me. But it did save me a bit. I had, of the guys that played at least 100 lineups in the big DraftKings tournament yesterday, I was the best person to not make money. So I guess I'll take that qualification and be pretty happy with it. I have nothing else, though, here. I'm ready to just dive in. We got 9 games. We don't have the hard out that we normally do. I mean, we do and we don't. I don't want to run that long, and I got to record contenders pretty quickly. My trainer is sick once again, so no gym for me this morning. But I do have a dentist appointment at 10 o'clock. So I need to get the contenders videos out the door by 9:30, which should be very easy for me to do. But I'd also like to get a shower before I do any of this stuff. So none of that really matters to anybody else. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live, because we are here to rise and grind. This is the whole point of this show. Get up early, take a lap through the slate, make some adjustments, and just get an idea. Get the blueprint for where we want to be for the rest of the day. So I got my coffee. I hope you guys have something to join me with for the illustrious cheers. Clink. There we go. I need to set up some sort of noise thing or have a button. That's what we need. We need a sound effect. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That's the best it's been all week. That is the best it's been all week. But now we're going to say hi to BetMGM, the sponsor of this show. We'll talk about them a little bit later. We're also going to say 5 days free of our NBA package. If you've never signed up with us before, there is a link in the description of this video. You should click it, sign up at Stokastic.com. It will give you 5 days of our NBA projections, ownership, our boom bust tool, so advanced stats, our player compare tool, so you can 1v1s and 2v2s in your lineups. You can get both all the guys in one spot. It'll give you percentages of which side's better, which side's worse. And then our lineup generator. It's an incredible tool. I probably need to show it more often on this show, but I don't know if it loads in the morning. Actually, we have projections up. So in theory, I can. Tools, lineup generator, NBA. Let's pull this over here. So this is our new lineup generator. And, it's as simple as just clicking this DraftKings button, clicking the tournament button. I'm going to say that I just want to balance the lineup. You can go chalky or contrarian. We've already generated the lineups and sifted through them. Now we're just presenting them. And this might not actually be up. I don't know if our projections are up or not, actually. Oh, no, we're good. So you get your salary, your projected FP, the total ownership for the lineup. Now the ownership, this is last night's. Okay, so this is still last night's stuff. That's fine. It's like, okay, I'm not a big Gary Trent guy, so I can click that little button. We can swap out a Gary Trent in this spot. I didn't know if this was going to be up for today's slate already or last night's slate. This is a bad example because this is chugging along because of last night's data. But ultimately, if you like this one, save it. If you don't, you just click discard, go to the next one. Don't like that one, click discard, go to the next one. You can see I'm just zipping through lineups here. You can quickly sort through all of them. If you like it, boom, save, discard, save, discard, save. It's that simple, folks. But we got it for the NFL as well, if you want to check it out. Now, let's get into the slate. We got a lot to talk about. 9 games, no joke. New Orleans Pelicans are 1-point favorites in Orlando, 227 total for New Orleans. Q tag on Herb Jones, Q tag on Najee Marshall, Brandon Ingram out, Zion Williamson out. Herb Jones has been questionable for the past 4. I assume this dude's going to be close to being back. We're going to put him in, and we have to just assume that Najee Marshall is in, but obviously Najee Marshall has had a very different role over these past couple of games. But let's go ahead and get Herb Jones back in. We're going to say Herb Jones going in for 26 minutes, which means I need to free up 19 more. Jackson Hayes did not play didn't play real minutes at all this past game. So that is something to see. We're going to take Alvarado down to 24. I already took Dyson Daniels down to 21. So I think I actually already have this where I want it to be. We got Joe Val in for 29. Feels a tad high. Larry Nance in for 21. Also feels a tad high. So maybe we can move some stuff around there. We saw Willie Hernan-Gomez play. Why did that happen? This is not the type of game that I want to be digging into. Mark, I don't think that anybody's going to play a full season. But I know where you're going with that. All right, New Orleans, 25-point game. Willie Hernan-Gomez was the first guy off the bench at center. Came on with Larry Nance. Interesting. And then he played garbage time. I don't really know what to make of that. Nance was the center at the end of the second quarter. They were direct backups for each other. Yeah, I'm going to go 28-20 on Joe Val and Larry Nance. Couple minutes to go to Willie Hernan-Gomez as spillover. Don't really have any other changes here. Herb Jones rates are not going to be important to anybody else. Yeah, I mean, Mark, the amount of guys that are going to play 70 games in a season are minimal to begin with. That's just not the threshold anymore. Not too much to look at here for New Orleans. I can't imagine this game is going to be all that interesting anyway. On the Orlando end, Fultz is available. Franz Wagner is questionable. Still no John Isaac, no Okiki. I don't think there's going to be too much that we need to dig into here. Like, obviously, we're assuming that Franz Wagner is playing. Yeah, like last year, Embiid played 68, Giannis played 67, Curry played 64, Durant played 55, LeBron played 56, Kyrie played 29. You had the outliers in Jokic and Tatum in the mid-70s. Drew Holiday, 67. Gobert, 66. Chris Paul, 65. Jared Allen, 56. Jimmy Butler, 57. Booker, 68. Luka, 65. Like, nobody's north of 70 is just like not a thing. That is a very unique player. Harden, 65. DeJounte Murray, 68. Fred VanVleet, 65. Even he's like the type of guy that you would expect to just be out there a little bit more. Sometimes you get the outliers, the 76 games out of DeMar DeRozan or Desmond Bane or Trae Young. That is a very much of an outlier season now. I don't think that I have too much that I want to change here for Orlando. You know, we got the 30 minutes in for Fultz. We got the 33 in for Banchero. I got the 33 in for Franz Wagner. I got 30 in for Wendell Carter. Mo Wagner's playing. Bol got his minutes back, which is nice to see. Yeah, Mikal Bridges, obviously. You want to take Cole Anthony's minutes down a little bit? I don't know where they need to go, though. Terrence Ross, I guess. Yeah, I think we're good here. Just not that kind of day for this game. For Orlando, like, they're fine. If you want to go to Franz or Banchero or Fultz or Carter, like, I think that's all okay. It's a decent matchup against the Pels, but I don't see anything that I would like actively be trying to prioritize. And then on the Pelican side, Najee Marshall, again, looks good. Trey Murphy, again, looks solid. Joval, 6,800, worth a roll of the dice. Again, I don't think that there's any, like, this is a guy priority for today. So let's go to game number 2. Knicks Hawks, and I would be shocked if I don't really like the Knicks for today. So as we look at New York, barring any news, or honestly, might even be helpful if there were news. Oh, yeah, Mitchell Robinson's hurt. I forgot he broke his thumb. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so much. I think they're going to go 24-24 on Hartenstein and Jericho Sims. I mean, we haven't seen Mitch miss in forever. What did they immediately do on Wednesday? So Mitch goes out, Hartenstein is in, then Jericho Sims. They start with Hartenstein, they go to Sims, they close with neither one of them. They closed with Quickly instead. Now, for Atlanta, can you close with Randall against Atlanta at the 5? Yeah, I think you can. So that should also unlock like a couple extra minutes for Obi Toppin. I'm going to go. Let's see. I'm guessing we get something in the neighborhood of 5, 6, 12, 18. I'm going to say 22 minutes for Hartenstein. I'm going to say 22 minutes for Jericho Sims. 4 minutes for Randall at the 5. And then I can give 4 more minutes to Obi Toppin. Maybe they give him to Miles McBride and stop giving a shit about Toppin. Like, that's also possible. But Randall and Toppin, yeah, they still, even in this game, they didn't play alongside of each other. Just bonkers. So maybe I'll give those 10. We'll give those 10 to Miles McBride. I'm not changing anything else, though. Jalen Brunson in for 39. Yes. RJ Barrett in for 37. Yes. Quentin Grimes in for 35. sort of. I got 27 for Quickly. There's no other way to really project him right now. We'll go one more to Quickly. I doubt it matters. Rates are going to stay the same. Like Mitchell Robinson doesn't dictate any of that. I don't know if Isaiah Hartenstein and Jericho Sims are going to look all that great for today, but we're going to find out. We're going to go to the Atlanta side now. For Atlanta, Q tag on Trae Young, Q tag on Bogdan Bogdanovic, which means we're not doing anything different, and this is just going to be the normal Atlanta rotation. Okongwu played 25 minutes. Capella played 23. I think I'm just going to go 25-23 again to those guys. Don't have the best feel. Go an extra minute or two to whoever starts. John Collins in for 31. Should probably be 32 at this point. EJ Griffin has been playing at least a little bit more. We're going to get him up to 18. I got Bogdan in for 30. Feels about right. 35 for Hunter. I'm going to take a minute away there. I mostly feel good here about this matchup. That's a quick one. So, for Atlanta, $7,800 DeJounte Murray. So that's a price tag that has gone down since last game. He's still a 1.04 fantasy point per minute guy. I'm very happy to get to DeJounte Murray. I also don't mind getting to Trae. Now, obviously, we are jamming in DeJounte Murray if Trae Young happens to be out. I like Hunter and Collins as well, and I think you could roll the dice on Bogdan. But again, it's not like anybody's. I mean, to me, Murray is a priority, but Murray, Young, Hunter, Collins should make up like a pretty sizable chunk of exposure, even for this size slate. And then we get the Knicks with the centers. Okay, so Hartenstein is the flat 3K, which is interesting to see. Let me see if I need to make any rate tweaks for these guys. I doubt I do. I can't imagine that their rates are all that different anyway. Hartenstein this season he's played 853 minutes. He's got a 12.5% usage rate. That ain't it. It's not like he gets any assists. Rebounding rate is fine. Rebounding rate at 9. Yeah, I don't really have anything that I want to change here. I don't like Isaiah Hartenstein as much as I thought I would, because I just don't know how many minutes he's going to play. Could he close? Yes. Could Sims close? Yes. Could neither of them close? Yes. I think it's realistic to say, I don't feel comfortable going much more than 22 minutes. Is he an okay play? Absolutely. Honestly, I probably prefer Sims just because he unlocks power forward. And they're both good values. If you get one of these guys closing the game and they get up to 26 minutes or something, you're probably going to need them. But I don't think they're the no doubt about it value that people might talk about today. I like RJ Barrett more than I like anything else in this game. So I like RJ Barrett the most. You can get to any one of the starters. The Quickly price is starting to fall. You're going to like whoever starts at center more, for sure. But don't sleep on the other guy either. I do think that this is good for Randall in general. Power forward 9,800. Alrighty, next up, game 2. Golden State Warriors on a back-to-back in Cleveland. So we know at least one thing is happening here. They went to the pool party lineup last night. They're not going to the pool party lineup today. We're certainly going to be getting Kevon Looney back into the starting lineup and Klay Thompson off the floor. We just know this. So let's see. In games where Klay Thompson did not play, and we got a starting lineup with Steph and Poole and Draymond. How many times have they done that? 5 games. Steph has averaged 33 minutes a game in those games, as has Poole. We're going to stay with 34 on Steph. I'm going to go up to 34 on Poole. 25 for DiVincenzo might need a bit of a bump. Probably make that 26. We got to get Kevon Looney back to his 25. That's just happening today. I'm going to leave Draymond in for 34 because that's what he's been doing. I actually might take Steph up to 35. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious Poole's starting today. And I might even need to go to 35 on Poole. It won't matter. I doubt he'll look good, but 26 for DiVincenzo, 34 for Draymond. We got 40 out of Wiggins. OT, call it 35. I probably need to go to 33 there on Wig. He's probably going to look good too because he looked good yesterday. I have no idea why they're going to Poole in the starting lineup. It makes no sense to me. Unless they're just trying to get like different looks and getting people more comfortable. I legitimately have no idea what Kerr is doing. But, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say it like that. I don't know why you would make that change. Why wouldn't you start the game with the lineup that's your best lineup? I don't get it. Unless it's just a reps thing. They're trying to get that lineup ready. That's the only thing that I can think of. But I don't know why you would get away from, like, I think this is a negative for their team. And I think it makes their team worse. I don't know why you would go to it. Stick with your best lineup. Stick with what is the best lineup in basketball. Let's not forget that. I'm like 99% sure it's still the best lineup in basketball. No, Ryan, it is not arguable that that's their best lineup. Here are the Golden State Warriors 5-man lineups for this season. In 655 possessions, Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney are plus 19.6. They're an 88th percentile offense and a 73rd percentile defense. Their second most used lineup is the pool party lineup, which is also a sizable plus 6.7, which is good. Offense is slightly worse, which is, curious to see. Defense is obviously massively worse. When you take off Kevon Looney and bring on Jordan Poole, of course you're going to lose like 7 points per 100 possessions on defense. That makes perfect sense. I don't know what they're trying to change here. I really don't get it. I really don't get it at all. It makes absolutely no sense. So, who am I to question Steve Kerr? And it's not like Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney is like this new thing they stumbled upon this year. But yeah, look, among teams that have played 250 possessions together, Golden State's 5-man starting lineup is the best 5-man group anywhere in the league. Full stop. They're almost 3 points ahead of the Bucks. It's insane. Like the Denver lineup, Murray, Caldwell Pope, Porter, Gordon, Jokic. Really great lineup. They've played a ton together, just like that Golden State lineup. Golden State's lineup is 4.5 points ahead of that. This is why Golden State is a different thing in the playoffs, because when you can go to this lineup for, 30 minutes a game, you don't have to worry about a team. This is why you can't just look at a record and be like, oh, Golden State's 500 or whatever. It's like, okay. And when they get to the playoffs and they can consolidate, they're playing the best starting five that's out there. And it's not to say that the pool lineup is bad. I'm just surprised that they're making that change. Because it doesn't feel like moving Kevon Looney to the bench stabilizes that. Maybe the thought process is you stabilize the defense on the second unit and you just bludgeon people offensively. But I don't know. I just think the pieces fit together better the other way. It's weird to see. This is also how you find out what teams are like. I've talked about this before. This is how you find out what teams are actually good or actually bad. You don't have to pay attention to the record. Look here. The third most used lineup this year is Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Eric Gordon, Jabari Smith, and Şengün. 876 possessions. They're minus 10. That's how you know what teams are the worst. Whose best lineup sucks the most? Those are the worst teams in basketball. That makes it really easy. Look at Sacramento's plus 10 in their best lineup. That's always fun to see. The Knicks, once they got Grimes in there, got a lot better. Denver, we know. I think it's really interesting to see that Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Hunter, Collins, and Capella are plus 11. And, maybe their problems aren't as bad as they seem. Who else would be interesting to point out right now? Let's see. What's a fun one? No matter how much we want to write home about Indiana this year, Halliburton, Nembhard, Nesmith, Hield, and Turner have not been great. Detroit, they stink. Ivy, Cunningham, Bay, Bogdanovich, Stewart, what we had earlier, stinks. Let's see. Somebody asked what Boston was. I don't know if they've got 250 minutes with Time Lord yet. Because the Derek White for Time Lord lineup is also out there. So Smart, White, Brown, Tatum, Horford was really good. The one we're looking for... Yeah, they haven't played enough with Robert Williams yet. Smart, Brown, Tatum, Horford, Robert Williams is actually minus 5 in 71 possessions. Bulls stink. I know I saw it before. But it's hard because that Bulls lineup is supposed to have Lonzo in it. Anyway, we've gone off the beaten path too far. All I wanted to say was I don't understand why they would be doing that. All right. We got Lamb in for 21. That seems fine. Dante DiVincenzo in for 26. Seems fine. We definitely need to get Ty Jerome, 16 minutes. And then we still have 16 other minutes that I assume go to Moses Moody or something. I don't want to go to 27 on DiVincenzo. I'm actually going to go to 2 more on Lamb, and then I'll get Moody in for 14. I guess I need to grab rates for these guys, which is annoying. See, this is what happens when I get off track. All right, so we're going to say Klay Thompson off. In games that Steph, Draymond, Wiggins, and Poole all started. No, that's not a big enough sample. Let's say played in the game. How many more minutes has Poole played in this scenario? A lot. Okay. No, I can't give Poole that kind of lineup. It's a tough query, honestly. All right, that's going to be good enough. So we're going to say Steph comes in, usage rate does go up a bit with no Clay on the floor. I'm going to take him up to 33.5. And we'll get Poole in for 29. Draymond, obviously, not really the usage guy. And then Wiggy, 342 minutes, 23% usage rate. Don't have to go too crazy there. I think this is the right query. Steph's just going to shoot a little bit more in lieu of passing. Draymond is just himself. Wiggins is just himself. Rebounds, I guess Looney, but it doesn't matter. Draymond's rebounding rate is slightly worse. We don't have anything else to look at here for Golden State. Let's go to Cleveland. That's a hell of a detour. Cleveland Cavaliers. Q tag on Donovan Mitchell. Dean Wade's still out. I'm just going to cut this whole rotation and get the rates as fast as possible because we don't have a lot to worry about here for Cleveland. We know what they're doing, but we just know that we need to get Donovan Mitchell back in. So instead of dragging our heels here. Go 36 to Garland, 36 to Mitchell. So Rubio backs up at the point. Jared Allen plays 33. Love backup. Evan Mobley is 34. And Kevin Love playing a lot less as of late. Give him 2 more minutes. We're going to need... Wow, Chetty played limited minutes too. We need to get Karis LeVert out there playing his 30. Rest of this should fill itself in. Isaac Okoro is going to be going in for 24. Now that works. And then Lamar Stevens and Chetty can basically chop these final 9 minutes. Easy sauce on Cleveland. Grab rates for what they look like when they're full strength, but projecting Cleveland is simple now. Philip, I agree. Not enough hits on the like button here. What's everybody waiting on? All right, Cleveland. In games where Mitchell starts, Garland starts, Allen starts, and not Isaiah Mobley, Evan Mobley starts. What are the normal Cleveland Cavalier rates when they've got their big 4 in the starting lineup? I don't care who the final 5th guy is. We get 934 minutes of Darius Garland at this point. 26.5% usage rate. We've got Mitchell in for 922 minutes. 31% usage rate. Evan Mobley is at 18. Jared Allen is at 16 and change. And finally, Karis LeVert, 689 minutes, 17% usage rate. Dude just does not participate. We see Darius Garland with a big assist rate. We see Donovan Mitchell with a slightly less big assist rate. Mobley and Allen, I can't imagine. Karis LeVert, also reduction in assist rate. For rebounds, Allen just pulling a couple extra boards. Evan Mobley, nothing really. Nobody else really doing anything else. So that's going to cover me for Cleveland. So game 3 done. And in the least surprising thing I've ever seen, Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen all look basically identical relative to salary. I mean, they're separated by like 2 percentage points of boom. If you want to play any one of those guys today, by all means. I can't choose between them. For Golden State, I don't get the sense that I'm playing anything. Maybe some scattered Wiggins, but I don't like the Warriors today. So that's another one down. On to game number 4. Ooh, Pornbot in the house. Let's go ahead and get that one out of here. Put user in timeout. Nope, not put user in timeout. That's not what I wanted to do. Timeout means she's coming back in 5 minutes. No, too late now. Yeah, Helms, that's not a thing. I would go ahead and throw that strategy in the garbage. Game 4. Miami Heat. 1.5 point favorites in Dallas. If we like anything here that isn't Luka, I'm going to be shocked. Unless like there's just wholesale guys not in. Oh, yeah. Christian Wood broke his thumb too, so he might be out. That might actually unlock Dwight Powell. For the Heat, everybody that's normally available is available, which means I don't have many changes to make here. We got Kyle Lowry back playing 22 minutes. That's a thing. I'm going to give him 28 for tonight. And then we got Gabe Vincent playing 26. So they just split minutes. So I'm going to go 28-20. Oh, nice. Block user. There we go. 34 for Hero. I mean, it feels a little high, but at the same time, like that's just what he's going to do in the future. 34 for Bam. You know, I feel good there. 33 for Jimmy. I don't think I could really make changes here. Caleb Martin played 35 minutes. That's a thing. Oladipo played 25. I guess I could take 1 minute away from Oladipo. I'm fine with this Miami rotation. There's no way anybody's going to look good. And then we go to Dallas. What do we have for Dallas? Christian Wood's going to be out for a little bit. Maxi's still out. McKinley Wright out. Tim Hardaway is back. We got to do this rotation from scratch for sure. I mean, this is going to be tricky. So we'll start it off with Spencer Dinwiddie just going in for 38 minutes. That's what he's been playing. And then we're going to get Reggie Bullock in for 33. We're going to get Tim Hardaway in for 35. We're going to get Luka in for 39. Josh Green came back and played 20, and I think that's basically what's going to happen here. And then we got to get Dorian Finney-Smith in for no reason to think it's not 35 or 36. So that leaves me 40 more minutes. Yeah, no, Helms, that's not a thing. No, the NBA players aren't nervous about playing on national television games in regular season games. Like, just no. That's not a thing. Why would that be a thing? Your eye test is failing you. You might be watching the same games as me, but you need glasses. That's just not how this works. All right, how many minutes do we think Dwight Powell can play? And then, do they start JaVale? Because I think they're going to start JaVale. Or I think they could start JaVale. Well, that's not, you're not using the right words. If you're asking if they shrink their bench, then maybe. Depends on the coach. That's a different thing. Wrong verbiage. Man, they might start JaVale. I don't know if we get more Bertans here too. So the most minutes Dwight Powell's played in the past couple weeks is like 25. I don't really want to go further than that. I'm going to go 24 to Dwight Powell. I'm going to... I only have 16 minutes left. Is that real? Not going to go to an 8-man rotation, are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they kind of have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was McKinley, Wright, and Pinson with everybody out. Oh, man. I got to trim some minutes from somebody now. But even still, it's less than you think it is. All right, we need 40 minutes, or we need 48 minutes of center time. JaVale's got to get a decent chunk of it. It makes way more sense for him to start on the opposite side of Bam. Maybe Powell has to play a little bit more, and I'm going to have to shave minutes from somebody else. Yeah, I'm going to go 26 to Powell. We've still got 16 here. Do they go small? Can they go to Bertans? Or do they just go small with DFS? Because they don't have another big. Let's just assume that they stretch it with Bertans a bit. I'm at a point now where I don't know where these minutes are going to come from, and that's where it starts to get problematic. Because I'm 8 over right now. They're not coming from Dinwiddie. They're not coming from Luka. I don't think they're coming from Tim Hardaway. I guess they're going to have to come from Josh Green. In theory, they can come from Reggie Bullock, too. So let's take Bullock down to 31. Josh Green down to 14. I think that's going to have to be what we're doing here. And then I don't even know what this is going to look like. But to look at Dallas, where we have Dinwiddie starting, we have Luka Doncic starting. I guess I'll just say Tim Hardaway starting as well. It's been happening long enough. And then we're going to say Christian Wood off. I mean, this is just going to be... The usage here is going to be insane. Super chat from Justin Kelly. Watched your stream years ago before you were with Osimo and Stokastic. Always good stuff. Thank you. Wondering what site for rates with different starters. I use PBP stats. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. Yeah, like, this is basically for me taking Ntilikina clean out of the rotation. Jaden Hardy, no chance. Like, they just don't have the bodies right now. Luka Doncic has played 370 minutes in games where he started alongside of Spencer Dinwiddie and Tim Hardaway with Christian Wood off the floor. Luka has a 39.5% usage rate. Tim Hardaway is at 20 and change. Dinwiddie, 303 minutes in this scenario. 21% usage rate. And then Dwight Powell is in at 11.5. So 12. And then Dorian Finney-Smith obviously hasn't played as much this season. He does significantly less as well. Assist rate for Luka somehow is higher than it normally is. Tim Hardaway's is somehow significantly lower than it normally is. Dinwiddie has the ball in his hands less, as one would expect. Dorian Finney-Smith is not that kind of guy to begin with. Rebounding is actually interesting to me. Yeah, Luka actually gets a bit of a rebounding bump. Tim Hardaway is not that guy. Spencer Dinwiddie is not that guy. Dorian Finney-Smith, not that guy. Dwight Powell, somehow not that guy. I'm fascinated to see what Dallas does. Let's look at this one. So for Dallas, hard to not like Dwight Powell. It's hard to not like Dwight Powell more than the Knicks guys, too. And I think that's the really interesting piece. Don't be surprised to see JaVale start. Could see it. Love getting to Luka. We'll happily pay up for him once again. But this is not the best spot in the world. Dinwiddie seems okay. Dorian Finney-Smith seems fine as a value play. Luka's the key piece here for me. And then Dwight Powell, assuming he starts. Because they just don't have other bigs. Oh, I got to look at Miami. I tend to ignore Miami because I know what it's going to look like. Yeah, if you want to go to $6,700 Tyler Hero, that's the only thing you want from the Heat. 4 games down. We are taking our sweet time on this slate, that's for sure. Oh, S&P, I don't know if I agree that he's a 100%er. Because I think if they start JaVale, he's still only playing like 16 minutes. Shark, no you don't. You have nobody on the team that's playing 40 minutes that shouldn't be in the NBA. That's not a thing. Clippers are 7-point favorites in San Antonio, 232 total. I'm very sick of this Clippers team. I mean, Brian, when you're right all the time, it's just it gets so easy to just let everybody know how right you are. Oh man. I have no idea how you could say that Reggie Bullock shouldn't be in the NBA. Has he been good this year? No, not really. But I'm not going to throw him out just because of 30 games. He fits exactly what Dallas needs. Exactly what Dallas needs. Look, if you're going to have Luka Doncic on a team, some of the guys around him have to just be really good at all of the other things that Luka doesn't do. Generally speaking, that's going to be shooting open threes and defending wings. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to run JaVale out for that long, but I think they might give him a spot start just to make him happy. Dorian Finney-Smith should not be in the NBA. Every single team in the NBA that is a playoff contender would give anything they had for him. Dorian Finney-Smith is a 30-minute-a-game guy for any contender. You sound crazy right now. Any contender. He's legitimately good. And that one's not close. Bullock has been bad. Dorian Finney-Smith is a gigantic asset. Guards the other team's main wing, plays multiple positions, switches through all of it, shoots 39% from 3 for the past 3 seasons. Still working his way back from injury this year. I mean, what more do you want? I agree that Reggie Bullock's having a bad year this year, but your take on Dorian Finney-Smith isn't even in the ballpark of correct. It would take more than one first-round pick to get Dorian Finney-Smith. That dude is a good team's dream play. Yeah, that's just crazy talk. All right, let's do the Clippers. Man, that one tilts me. The Dorian Finney-Smith slander. I will not stand for that. All right, what do we got for the Clips? Paul George and Kawhi are back. No Kennard, no Wall. Yeah, that's the thing. He's not like fumbling or bumbling anything. For the past 3 seasons, like he's obviously been dinged up and not in rhythm right now, but still exceptional on defense. For the past 3 seasons, whenever he's touched the ball, 60% true shooting, 39% from 3. That's exactly what they want him to do. He plays giant defense so that Luka doesn't have to do as much of the heavy lifting. He does exactly what they need. He could not be more deployed into a perfect role. Every single team, the Bucks, look, there's a reason every contender wants PJ Tucker even when he's old. You got to remember, you can't just have a dream team out there. And the perfect thing that you can get alongside a guy that's a 38% usage guy is a guy that doesn't want the ball all that much, but when he does have it, he does exactly what you want him to do. It's so perfect. The fit is incredible. Luka is able to be what he is because of guys like Dorian Finney-Smith. Would I take Dorian Finney-Smith over Hunter? Like DeAndre Hunter? Yeah, for sure. You guys you're Chuck, you're crazy, man. You're absolutely crazy. I agree that Bullock's not having a great year. There's nothing I could say there. You know, he's getting older. You can't just buy a new Reggie Bullock at the store, though. We're talking about a guy that shot 41% from 3 2 years ago. Even in a down year last year, got to 36. You need these guys. You need these guys. All right, Clippers. Let's try this again. Terrence Mann, your starting point guard for the Clippers, going 32 minutes here. Ivica Zubac, we're going to go in for 28 minutes. Oh, man, I hate this team so much. I have no reason to suspect we're not getting 35 out of Kawhi. I have no reason to suspect we're not going to get 34 out of Paul George. Let's see. After that is where it starts to get dicey. I think we're going to go to like 27 minutes on Norm Powell. Robert Covington appears to just be back in the rotation, playing a randomized amount of minutes. We're going to give him 18. I don't know if that's correct. Marcus Morris can go in for 27. Nick Batum goes in for 25. Honestly, the biggest problem for Dallas is that the Porzingis trade just didn't work out. They dropped a lot of assets from draft capital that hamstrung them from being able to make trades to actually bring other guys in. That's really the biggest key piece here. When they can get when they don't have so many picks unencumbered, like when they can get some unencumbered picks, that they can make a move. All right, 14 minutes left. Am I missing someone? Is it just Reggie Jackson? It probably is, right? All right, Reggie Jackson in for 14 there. I'm going to say that this is the rotation for the Clippers. I assume, like I normally do, I don't like the Clippers. But in games where Paul George starts and Kawhi starts, what do we got? Shark, the problem in this logic is that you're quoting stats off the back of a basketball card as if we don't have new statistics that better evaluate people's talent. Dorian Finney-Smith in EPM last year was worth, I believe, 9 wins. Like a $25 million a year player. Maybe more. He's not supposed to average those things. You do need these guys on one team when Luka Doncic is your linchpin. If he's playing 40 minutes a game, there's a limit to the amount of other guys you could have that want to have the ball in their hands. Dorian Finney-Smith is the least problematic piece of the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, since other than like ignoring Luka Doncic, Dorian Finney-Smith is the best player on the Mavs. Yeah, I said it. And it's true, too. Paul George, 445 minutes starting alongside Kawhi Leonard, 30% usage rate. Kawhi starting alongside Paul George, 25.5% usage rate. Zubats, 14.5. Marcus Morris is at 18. Norm Powell. Yeah, I'm going to be on this till 8 o'clock for sure. Norm Powell is at 26.5. And then Terrence Mann is at 15. M the Great. Literally never. Assist rates shouldn't matter too much. Kawhi gets a bit of a bump. Paul George is just himself. Terrence Mann, even though he's the point guard, does not do that. Norm Powell does not do that. I think we're good. Rebounds. I think Zubats gets affected here. Nope, not at all now. Kawhi, a little bit more in the rebounding department. Paul George, getting a little bit more in the rebounding department. Going to be the Clippers. That took way too long. We'll go to San Antonio. You guys got to stop derailing me with rants. You know how I can get off track. You know how I operate in these shows. San Antonio Spurs, no Devin Vassell. Otherwise, everybody is in. That actually makes this relatively easy to handle. Got Pirtle in for 27. Zach Collins in for 19. Seems about right. Probably going to like Pirtle. 30 minutes for Trey Jones. 32 for Keldon. 28 for Sohan. 23 for Jay Rich. Guess I'll make that 24. 22 for Malachi Branham. 19 for Langford. Do that. Spurs are easy. Yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. is not the answer for Dallas. That is not the one. That's for sure. I mean, I'm happy that they traded Porzingis. You needed to get it wasn't working. That's for sure. I liked what they did to get him. They probably overpaid. I liked taking the shot to get a second guy. I don't mind that they cut bait when they did. Jakob Poeltl 6,300 is the only interesting piece of San Antonio for me. Keldon Johnson's price is too high now. Look, there's a reason no one wanted Kevin Porter Jr. and he ended up in Houston. Let's not act like he was just like a normal person and like there wasn't a reason that people weren't trying to get him. I mean, it's a little bit of revisionist history here. Let's also remember that he's not good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. S&P. I agree with that. If he played like the whatever they wanted Kemba Walker to be minutes, of course. No, Sean. No. Have you watched the playoffs when he like takes over and eliminates teams and takes their soul? What are we doing here? We're acting like Luka like can't get these teams to the playoffs or doesn't drag them into Game 7 wins and huge series performances. We're acting like he doesn't dominate the ball in Euro basketball and drag his country to things that they shouldn't be getting. Craziness. Don't play the Clippers. If you want anyone, it's Paul George. Maybe Zubats. I would take Dorian Finney-Smith over Kevin Porter. Every single team in the league would take Dorian Finney-Smith over Kevin Porter Jr. Every one. All of them. Not close. Unequivocally, 100%, Dorian Finney-Smith has always been a better NBA player than Kevin Porter Jr. There's no doubt. He will have a better career. No one will ever dispute this. Every team. Kevin Porter Jr. is actively not good. You're making me do this. If Kevin Porter Jr. can just get himself in a situation where he doesn't have to do the things that he's doing, I think he's a solid, like, rotational guard. Like a, you know, generically speaking, like a lower end Jordan Clarkson type. But yeah, 29 of the other 30 teams would take Dorian Finney-Smith over Kevin Porter Jr. It's not even close. If Dallas wanted to trade Dorian Finney-Smith right now, they would get a haul from other contenders that need a guy like that. Houston would likely get nothing for Kevin Porter Jr. Too smooth. So I completely disagree with you, but I know where you're going with it. It's not hard to pair Luka with the right player. It's just that it's more specific than that. Like the kind of guys aren't in abundance. The blueprint is very easy to see. You know, switchable, long defensive wings that make threes. But like they're hard. The things that you want best around Luka are the things that are like most difficult to acquire. But we know what we want. You don't need like it's oddly an easy skill set to find. You just need like guys that don't care about getting their own shot. One secondary creator. But I know what you mean. 5 games down. We're over an hour in. You guys are killing me today. Like Dallas just would want more versions of Dorian Finney-Smith. The problem is every team is searching for those kind of guys. You know, the Dorian Finney-Smiths, the OG Anunobis, the like KCP, you know, like those type of guys are the guys that you're going to be getting around Luka. And then one additional offensive wing creator. Somebody that can run a pick and roll when Luka Doncic is off the floor, basically. Because remember, all we're talking about are who can cover the 8 minutes that Luka doesn't play in the playoffs when he's playing 40 a game, or who fits best alongside of him. Guys that can make open shots. I can imagine Finney-Smith on a good team because he's on one right now, doing the things that everybody wants him to do. It's not even close. All the data is out there. Like, you want to just look at, oh, he averages 8 points and 4 rebounds. I mean, you sound like you're in 1987. We know how to evaluate talent now. It's not tricky. Man, I wish the Pacers could just get Halliburton back. They're 11-point dogs in Denver, 239 total. They're going to get bludgeoned here tonight. What do we do here with the Indiana Pacers? Do we even make any real changes? They axed Jalen Smith. Yeah, so they went to Isaiah Jackson behind Turner. I guess that's what I'm going to do for today. I'm just going to take those minutes and swap them out. I don't know why they're taking Jalen Smith. Well, I mean, I guess I know why, but I don't think I'm going to make any other changes here. Indiana's just not going to look good going into Denver. God, this team is the drizzling shits. What do we have on the Denver side? Hopefully this is just obvious Denver too, and we can skip this one. Yeah, Jeff Green, questionable. Jamal Murray, probable. Maybe we get Jeff Green back today. Who the hell knows? That's just going to be, Chanchar just becomes Jeff Green. Yeah, I'm not even moving anything from Denver here. I guess I'm going to take the 18 Chanchar minutes and give them the Jeff Green. That's irrelevant, but it should be fine. So for Denver, okay. Denver looking all right against Indiana. We got to remember, for as bad of a matchup this is for Indiana, it's the opposite for Denver. $6,600 Jamal Murray is a fantastic play for today. Just really, really easy to want to get there. And then, clearly, if you ever want to play Jokic, he's going to look really good. I think Aaron Gordon and MPJ are both fine. Positionally, I'm guessing Michael Porter Jr. ends up being pretty popular at 5,300. Roll the dice on a KCP or Bruce Brown if you want. Oh, Shark, you're not going to get any disagreements from me here. They completely whiffed on the Jalen Brunson situation. That is a major L for the Dallas front office. Porzingis is not. That's not a problem at all. There's very little difference between the way that Kristaps Porzingis was playing in Dallas and the way that Spencer Dinwiddie's playing in Dallas. I understand that you needed to eat that Dave Loughran contract, but the Brunson, you're not going to hear anything from me on Brunson. They screwed that one up aggressively. Pacers, Miles Turner. Maybe Hield or Nembhard. Not much else. That's a tough game. Brooklyn at Utah could be kind of interesting. Brooklyn Nets are 6.5-point dogs in Utah, 228 total. So we are getting the Nets on a back-to-back. They haven't had one of those in a while. I think I'm basically just keeping this same rotation. I'm probably a minute short on Claxton, so let's bump that up a little bit. Cam Thomas stayed in the rotation, which is what I expected. Simmons, I think, just comes back from his ejection, and that's fine. Did something happen to TJ Warren yesterday? Guys, whoever watched Brooklyn, did something happen to TJ Warren? Did he get ejected too? Shark, you're exactly right. Dorian Finney-Smith is a role player, but he's like the Damian Lillard of role players. Being the best role player is almost as valuable as the rest of the guys in the league. You don't have it like they have to go hand in hand. Foul trouble? No, it's not foul trouble on TJ Warren. He didn't play the second, third, or fourth quarter. Even if he had 3 fouls, it's not that much foul trouble. I don't know what to do with TJ Warren here. Has TJ Warren played back-to-backs? I mean, I'm going to leave him in for 24. None of this is going to matter. Seth Curry's playing more minutes right now, and I definitely need to bump that up to 27. Joe Harris in at 27. I guess I'm going to make that 28. I think I'm okay here, though. Maybe it's another... Yeah, I think I'm good here. I don't trust this Brooklyn team. But they're going to look good against... They should look good against Utah just because of how good of a matchup the Jazz are. All right, no Kelly O. So same rotation for Utah that we've been getting. We got Kessler playing 28 minutes. That is perfect. Vanderbilt's minutes are just down at this point. 34 for Markkanen seems fine. 33 for Clarkson seems fine. 30 for Conley seems fine. 30 for Beasley's probably too many. I'll go down to 29. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just a really easy team to project, too. Rates all stay the same. All right, so for Utah, as per usual, I'd like to go to Walker Kessler. There's just so much mid-tier center value. All you got to do is just pick the guy that's not getting as much ownership as everybody else. Don't have that much interest in Clarkson. You can't pay $9,500 for Markkanen with any sort of volume. Conley, probably my second favorite play here from Utah. They're fine. It's mostly just Kessler and nobody else. On Brooklyn, it's basically just Kyrie and nobody else. And even then, I don't think the Kyrie looks exceptional. Claxton's okay. Simmons is okay. Give me 1 second. Letting my dog into the room. There we go. All right. 2 more games to go here. Memphis Grizzlies, 7-point favorites in Utah. Nope, sorry. In LA against the Lakers. Great spot for the Grizz here, especially in LA. They might be able to keep this competitive enough that the Grizzlies guys could look good. Q-tag on Zaire Williams, non-COVID illness. Can't imagine we're making many changes here to the Memphis rotation. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about the minutes that I have in for these guys. You know, maybe I got to go up to 31 on Bane, 31 on Brooks. And then we could take 2 minutes away from Zaire Williams. 28 for Adams, 20 for Brandon Clark, 18 for... Yeah, we're not touching anything here for Memphis. That's as easy as it gets. Lakers, I'm sure, look like shit, though, because they're shitty. No AD, no Reeves, no Walker. LeBron James questionable. Who could have seen that coming? For the Lakers, we got LeBron in for 36. Sure. I can honestly say that should probably be 37. But I'm going to stick with 36 because he owed. Thomas Bryant in for 24. Scares me. Doesn't matter. Wendy and Gabriel in for 23. Seems fine. Troy Brown for 28, I guess. 34 for Schroeder. I'm sure he's going to be an issue for me. Let's take him down to 33 just in case. Max Christie playing a little bit more than I would have thought. We'll take 2 minutes away from Troy Brown, give more to Christie. 26 for Bev. Yeah. 31 for Russ. Yeah. 14 for Juan Toscano. Sure. This team is ass. Unfortunately, I still like Dennis Schroeder at 4,900. $5,400, like 11.3 for LeBron is fine. I think Schroeder's the best option from the Lakers. And I want you to understand the way that sounds coming out of my mouth because I agree with it. It's gross. Dylan Brooks down to 4,800. He's going to be popular today because of that position. Shooting guard, small forward eligibility. Not fun at all to see that. If you want to go to Ja, Bane, Brooks, Jaren, or Adams, I don't think that they look all that different from each other. None of them look exceptional, though, because every other team plays like 4 more minutes a game. So it's really hard to want to get to Memphis. We're going to close it out. OKC. Well, that kind of takes Smokey. I should have known better. No one should play Brooks, of course. I should have looked at it like that. Yeah, 35. If he were 3,500 today, he'd be 80% owned. What are we doing here? A sub 5K shooting guard small forward that plays 30 minutes a game. People are going to take a shot on that today. The flexibility is huge. We have all the point guard. We have all the guard talent, guard value, and center value every single day. The small forward spots are getting decimated. Those guys are just going to get pushed up. OKC, thriving as of late. This Oklahoma City team, man, wild past couple weeks. They have a positive point differential this year. Over the past 2 weeks, they're 6-1. They've got a plus 12.5 point differential with the number 6 offense and the number 1 defense. I'm telling you guys, Mark Daigneault is the dude. They're doing this without Chet. They're going to get another great pick this year. They're loaded. They're going to bring somebody in free agency. I would love to see them sign Draymond. It's not going to happen, but I would love him to bridge that gap. Oklahoma City's legit. Wait, so Royce O'Neal is like the poor man's version of Dorian Finney-Smith. You're comparing. Look, they traded a first-round pick for Royce O'Neal. Dorian Finney-Smith would be pulling a much bigger haul than that. All right, OKC. I guess we're getting the Jalen's. I don't know. Same guys out for OKC? Yep, same guys out. 35 for Shea? Sure. 31 for Giddey? Sure. 32 for Giddey, 31 for Dort? Sure. Jalen, 31. Kenrich Williams in for 20-something. Jalen Williams with a Y for 16. Isaiah Joe played 22. Where do those minutes come from? Take 2 from Muscala. That'll get him up to 20. Some of those Baisley minutes, give him the Wiggins. There's only so much we could do with OKC here, but great spot against Sacramento. 238 total in this one for the Sacramento Kings. Final team. Q-tag on Sabonis, Q-tag on Alex Len, Q-tag on Dellavedova, as if that matters. We're just assuming that everybody is in. I'm not making any changes to this rotation. If for some reason that we don't get Sabonis, fire up all of the Rashawn Holmes that you could find. But for now, feeling pretty good here. I mean, S&P, they kind of do. Like, Shea plays 35. You know, you're getting 30 plus. They're not all that different than like the Memphis minutes for 4 of those dudes. Like, I mean, I stand by what I said yesterday or 2 days ago. Like, I'd love to see what they wanted. Like, I'd love to see them trade for a Jakob Poeltl or something. De'Aaron Fox, 8,200 is my preferred piece from Sacramento. If Sabonis is out, you're just jamming Rashawn Holmes. And then on the opposite side, OKC, Jay, Giddey, Williams, Dort. That's all you can do. Let's run crunches. Fun slate. Fun slate. Now, before we get into this, we got to talk about BetMGM, sponsor of the video. 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum. It's going away in a couple days. 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum and up to $1,000 in first bet insurance, which means you place your first bet. You want it to be upwards of $1,000 if you can. If it wins, you just move along. That part of the deal doesn't matter. If it loses, you will get it back in your account in bonus bets. You really can't ask for a better deal here. And again, it's going away shortly. Got to be 21 or over. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Here we go. First one up. FanDuel Optimal. We have 313.23. That is the optimal by 0.3. Mike Conley, Luka Doncic, Dennis Schroeder, Kyrie Irving, Benedict Mathurin, Najee Marshall, Evan Mobley, John Collins, Dwight Powell. Ugh. No, thank you. No, thank you. Power rankings on FanDuel. Oh my God, it's going to be Dennis Schroeder. Do I have Schroeder in for too many minutes? Is that the problem here? I have Schroeder in for 33 minutes. I mean, that's right. Oh, God. Well, that's where your value is today, folks. This is how ugly this slate is. Dennis Schroeder is my number one contender on FanDuel. And he has been really bad as of late. Single digits in points for the past 4 days. People are going to love that. Schroeder, Murphy, Marshall, Irving, and Collins in the top 5. RJ Barrett, Andrew Nembhard, Dwight Powell, Jalen Brunson, and Evan Mobley rounded out. Let's get DraftKings done, and then we are done. All right, first one up. Optimals. Let's see here. Why can't I find my sheet? Oh, there it is. There we go. God, that was annoying. Hid my tab. All right, DraftKings Optimals. We have Luka, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, Dorian Finney-Smith, That's good timing. Dwight Powell, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Jakob Poeltl. That's 287.69. The optimal lineup by 0.45. Power rankings before we get out of here. Jared Allen, who I don't feel like we talked about all that much, is climbing to the top. DeJounte Murray, probably going to be that guy. Maybe Dennis Schroeder, maybe Najee Marshall, maybe Jared Allen. A couple options. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be... Oh, wow. Please be Dorian Finney-Smith. That would make me so happy. Oh, my God. It's going to be. Oh, we're so close. Do it. There it is. Number one contender for today, Dorian Finney-Smith, DeJounte Murray, RJ Barrett, Dennis Schroeder, and Najee Marshall round out the top five. Quentin Grimes, Jared Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie, John Collins, and Trey Murphy round out the rest of it. Folks, we done here. Thank you for joining me this week. It was a fun show. We went very, very long today, but it has been worth it. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. I had a great time talking to you guys. It's fantastic. Be safe this weekend. We're back again on Monday. This was The Process.